All right, guys, so wanted to talk about this subject here today, and I think we are starting to see a new beginner team form right before our eyes here, and it is in none other than the Shadowland team. And we've seen a lot of changes over these past couple weeks here, where we've gotten now White Tiger. She's currently in the Blitz Orb. Now Blitz Orb exclusive, right? So you got to open up your Blitz Orbs, and then she has that boosted drop rate in the middle. And then now recently tonight, well, probably going to be last night for you, because this video is going to go out the next day, right? Is Moon Knight. Moon Knight is currently in Cosmic 1-3 here, and largely the other characters, they're already available as well. In some notes, so we have Elektra here. She's available in Villains 1-3. We have Daredevil, who's in the arena store, which, by the way, might be a little bit more challenging to get as a player, because you're probably going to want to lean into some other characters in the arena store. But still, overall, I think that this is a solid sort of beginner team. And Night Nurse, who just recently got a rework here, is also another character that is easy to farm. She's in Villains 3-9. So really kind of early campaign nodes where you can get these characters. And then, of course, White Tiger being in that Blitz store, coming out pretty good. So a lot of stuff right now with this team that is, I think, is extremely relevant for you as a beginner player here. So there's a hero and city tag that these characters have. I think White Tiger, she has a hero city tag. So does Moon Knight. So does Daredevil. The only character that doesn't have the hero city tag is Elektra, and she currently has the villain city tag. I get a lot of questions from players who always ask me, hey, what are the best characters that I can use to get, once I get to Heroes Chapter 7, who are the best characters? What team should I be going after here that I can currently use in Villains Chapter 7? Now, of course, we do know that Heroes for Hire is one of those newer teams that just got released. Some of those characters are also Hero City, right? Well, actually, all of those characters are Hero City characters. Well, except for Shang-Chi. I don't think Shang-Chi is a Hero City character, but I do think that Misty Knight is. Let me fact check myself here. Where is my Misty Knight? Let me see what she has. Yeah, she is a Hero City character. So yes, the Heroes for Hire team, they are Hero City, but they are not a team that you can reliably farm. As a matter of fact, none of the characters are reliable farms. You have to buy all those characters, and we have no idea when those characters are going to enter into an area where they can be farmed. So it's really not a reliable option. Symbiote Spider-Man, not a reliable option either, right? When it comes to the Heroes Chapter 7, there really is no reliable option for Symbiote Spider-Man, because it's really hard to get him. He is massively gated behind RNG, beating those milestone orbs. So once again, just not really a reliable, viable option to go after. And then the other characters that you have available to you are characters like Punisher, who are, yes, good, but not great. You have Miss Marvel, who I largely love, one of my favorite characters in Marvel, period. She's a good character and very viable, in my opinion. Actually, she can be used in a lot of different areas, but in regards to a full-on team that you can lean into that is good right now in the game. Now, we know how this game works, right? Power creep is real. This could change probably later on down the road. But in terms of right now, in regards to a team that is good and that is reliable for you, that you can get, that's a part of the current meta, I would say the Shadowland team is one of those teams. Now, they are largely a late game sort of war team. That's really kind of their specialty. So you're definitely not going to be concerned about that, right? Really what you're going to be looking for is some other options that you can use once you get to the Heroes Chapter 7 campaign, and also some other characters that you can use for potentially the Heroes campaign. If you don't want to lean into, obviously you can't use Elektra for Heroes, you got to use it for Villains, but options that you can use here that you can lean into other than going wave 1 Avengers. Yes, they're easy to get, but they're not really a late game team, not a team that you're going to try to put a ton of investments into, right? Really, the Shadowland team is a better team. Yes, they are war. I will want to say that again. They are a war team. So you're going to have to, and they are a team that requires a lot of T4s, but for early game content for Heroes Chapter 7, once you get there, they are definitely going to be some pretty solid, viable options. And once again, they are a reliable farming option for you as well. So in my opinion, I actually think that this is one of the good things that Scopely has done recently. And this is kind of like a sneaky thing that I think has happened as well, is that this has actually become a very good beginner team. Another thing I want to mention as well is that you do have these different sort of challenges, like your Gold Rush challenges, right? Those Gold Rush challenges require that you have, I believe it's city characters. Let me double check. it's the Gold Rush challenge here, not these. The Gold Rush challenge, you have to use, it's not going to show it to me right now. Where are the requirements? The requirements are somewhere in here. You can only use city characters, and all of these characters here are city characters. So once again, leaning into this team, if you could get some of these characters early, Electra is a character that you're going to be able to get by just playing. They give you her basically in the game, so you're going to be able to get a 2 or 3 star Electra. Night Nurse, early farm. Daredevil in the arena store, but at a lesser cost now, being a 350 cost. 350 credit cost to be able to get him, and also you can probably accidentally unlock him anyways. White Tiger, my recommendation with the Blitz store now as a new player is that you go into that store, that you make sure that you unlock Gamora, who's probably one of the best characters in the game, if not the best character in the game. And then after that, you're exclusively probably just going to be opening up those Blitz orbs, and that's going to give you a high chance to be able to land shards over time to getting White Tiger. Moon Knight, definitely probably potentially should be one of the characters that you're adding here to your cosmic farms, so that you can reliably land him as well. And then once again, you'll be able to have some other options that you can use for your Gold Rush. You'll be able to have another option that you can use for your Hero Chapter 7 campaign. For your block party, that rolls around every 2 months or so, right? So if you're looking to get some extra T3s for that flash event, if you're looking to be able to get some extra T2s, and then later on, of course, maybe T4s, it might be a better team by the time we get to those T4s, but they're once again another Hero City option. So in my personal opinion, I actually like what they're doing here with this Shadowland team. I like that they're making them a lot more available. I think, once again, you don't want to lean too heavy into them until you kind of get to war in terms of like T4s, but I do think some good investment here is definitely warranted, because I do think that this team overall provides some solid value. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Really kind of want to see where you guys are thinking here. Night Nurse had a phenomenal rework that makes her a really good viable character. She was being used in these Doom raids. Not so much anymore because of the Secret Avengers team, so I guess she's fallen off from that perspective. But largely, I'm still using the Shadowland team right now. They beat any team in offensive war, so they are once again kind of a jack of all trades in terms of a team that you can use. The only team that they really cannot beat reliably are probably Infinity Watch, right? And then of course Heroes for Hire. They actually used to be able to be Heroes for Hire before you got Shang-Chi on the team, but now that the Shang-Chi is on the team, they're not really a reliable counter to that team anymore. But without Shang-Chi, they act for that JJ team. Even with a team with Kestrel, I have been successful in being able to beat Heroes for Hire there as well. So still, really, like I said, a good team, good available early. I think that this is a team that you definitely, if you get these characters, that you should definitely lean into them a little bit, because they're going to help you with some of that later game content once you get to level 70. And they're also still right now a very reliable option in offensive war, which is something that you're going to be paying attention to a little bit later on as you continue to progress through the game. Listen, appreciate you guys watching the video here. Leave it in the comments. We want to hear what your guys' thoughts are on these characters. What do you think about this team as being a beginner team option? Like I said, they're kind of sneaky now as a team. We haven't really talked about it much, but I definitely do think that Shadowland, with these changes to mainly White Tiger and of course Moon Knight, that there's definitely makes them a very good, reliable beginner team option here. But appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching the video. Y'all be blessed and y'all be safe. Do you believe in love after? Excuse me. I didn't really like gear up to hit that note there. It wasn't quite there. But hey, Shadowland. Reliable beginner team. Who would have thunk it?